In this video, I would like to draw attention to the problem of free will, namely, that the world is either deterministic or indeterministic, and no matter which one is true, it seems both imply that human beings lack free will, and so it apparently follows that free will is impossible. By free will here, I mean it in the libertarian sense opposed to the compatibilist sense, which I won't be discussing. The answer to the question whether human beings have free will is monumentally important, as the widespread presupposition of free will touches nearly every aspect of human life. Eminent philosopher John Searle has even remarked that if the world should acknowledge that we do in fact lack free will, it would be a bigger revolution in our thinking than Einstein or Copernicus or Newton or Galileo or Darwin. It would alter our whole conception of our relation with the universe. Only a moment's reflection reveals why. If one's will is not truly free, then the actions one performs as a result of one's will or choices are not free. And it seems that one cannot be held truly and ultimately morally responsible for one's actions if that is so. And moral responsibility surely permeates society's attitudes and undergirds many of the ways people treat others. People praise or blame persons for supposedly freely chosen actions, and the justice system presupposes free will as it issues on the part of the people harsh punishments to criminals who did what they did freely of their own wills. Theologically speaking as well, God is said to judge mankind at the end of his life, but if mankind is neither in control nor can do otherwise than what mankind does, such divine judgment would be unjust. Whether one actually has a free will, however, is a much more vexing question than most people realize without some acquaintance with philosophy and science. In fact, there seem to be many powerful arguments against free will. I will explore one such argument. But first, what do we mean by free will? If Schmidt, say, has a free will, then with respect to at least some of his choices and actions, he could have done otherwise than his actual choices and actions, because his choices and actions are ultimately up to him or within his control. For instance, suppose Schmidt bought a can of soda from the local store. If Schmidt could have done otherwise, that is, stolen the can of soda rather than buy it, and if that choice of action were truly up to him and within his control, then it seems Schmidt bought the soda of his own free will. Thus, as a general definition of free will, one can say that a subject or agent S has free will if and only if, with respect to at least some of S's choices and actions, 1. S could have done otherwise than S's choices and actions, because 2. S's choices and actions are ultimately up to S or within S's control. These criteria, 1 and 2, I assume must be met for one to have free will. If it cannot be met, it seems that free will is doubtful, if not impossible. With that, then, the contention I want to focus on is what's sometimes called the free will problem. The problem can be briefly formulated as an argument as follows, after which I will explore each premise. Premise 1. If determinism is true, then there is no free will. Premise 2. If indeterminism is true, then there is no free will. Premise 3. Either determinism is true or indeterminism is true. Conclusion 4. Therefore, there is no free will. Essentially, there seem to be only two possibilities for the way the world actually is. Either the world abides by determinism or by indeterminism. These seem to exhaust the plausible, logical possibilities for the way the world could be. And if so, the only task of the argument is to show that both determinism and indeterminism imply that one cannot have a free will. Surprisingly, then, the truth of either of these positions is actually irrelevant, since both imply non-freedom, for one or the other must be true. I shall explore each of these in turn, so that one may grasp the full force of the argument.